All right, let's jump right in. Today we're talking about something pretty huge, a totally new way for local businesses to, well, not just show up, but actually dominate search now that AI is running the show. You know, if you've ever had that feeling, like you're running an amazing business, but you're basically invisible online, then yeah, you're going to want to stick around for this.
I mean, it's a question that can drive you absolutely crazy, right? You could be the best in town with decades of experience, amazing reviews, a loyal customer base, the whole 9 yards. But then, when someone whips out their phone and types in "plumber near me," poof, you're gone. Just nowhere. It is so frustrating, and believe me, you are not alone. So, why is this happening? Well, the reason is actually pretty simple. The old playbook, the stuff we all learned about SEO and websites, it's been completely torn up and thrown out. The rules of the game have fundamentally changed because of how we, and more importantly, how AI find information now. Seriously, what worked even just a year or two ago, today it's probably hurting you more than it's helping.
And this is the shift right here. It's huge. We've moved from a world of search and browse to ask and answer. Remember clicking through pages of blue links, trying to find what you needed? That's the old way. Now, we just ask a question. We want a direct, simple, correct answer, and we want it now. And that's exactly what the AI assistants we're all starting to use are built to do.
Okay, so how do you actually win in this new game? Well, it starts with a whole new mindset. It's what we're calling the getting to yes philosophy. See, for years, SEO felt like trying to trick or outsmart Google. That's over. Now you have to think of it like a negotiation. You need to figure out exactly what Google wants, and then you just give it to them. It's that simple.
And this right here, this quote gets to the absolute heart of Google's motivation: zero-click satisfaction. What does that mean? It means Google wins when your search is over the second it begins. They want to give you the answer right there on the results page, so you don't even have to click on anything. They want to remove every single bit of friction between your question and your answer.
And this creates a perfect win-win situation. I mean, think about it. Google's AI is out there just desperate, hunting for fast, direct, and correct answers. Your goal? To be the one that provides exactly that. When you give Google's AI that perfect, simple answer, you're basically making its job a whole lot easier. And what's your reward? Google turns around and makes you the official source for that answer. It's a beautiful thing.
But, and this is a big but, there's a catch. There's this hidden performance metric, a technical rule that almost everybody is failing. I'm talking even the most gorgeous, expensive websites out there, they're getting it wrong. And if you can understand this one little thing, you suddenly have this massive advantage over your competition.
Which brings us right to the core of this whole strategy. We call it the 2NB advantage. This is the key. This is the secret that unlocks instant, accurate indexing from Google.
2 megabytes. That's the number. Seems kind of random, right? But I promise you, this little number is the key to everything. So, what on earth does it mean for your website, and more importantly, for customers being able to find you?
Okay, so here's the deal. Google's little crawler bot, the thing that reads the entire internet, it only reads the first 2 megabytes of code on any given web page. After that, it just stops. It gives up and moves on. Now, here's the problem. Most modern websites are so bloated with pretty designs and plugins and code that all your most important information, your services, your prices, your location, it gets pushed way down past that 2 MB line. And if it's past the line, to Google, it literally doesn't exist. So what's the solution? It's brilliant, actually. You create a dual-layer architecture. Think of it like this. You have your human layer. That's your normal, beautiful website. It's for people. It's designed to educate and convert them. But then you build a machine layer. This is a collection of super simple, bare-bones, lightweight little pages. Their only job is to provide answers for Google's AI. They're not for humans, they are purely for the machines.
And this brings us to the cluster and answer model. Here's how to picture it. Your main website, your blog, that's the pillar. It's the big central piece that signals to Google, hey, we're experts in this whole topic. Then you build out all these little spokes. These are your tiny, lightweight microsites. Each one answers one and only one super specific question. And because they're so simple, they are way under that 2 MB limit.
All right, so I know what you're thinking. This sounds great in theory, but does it actually work in the real world? Well, let's look at the proof. We're going to dive into a case study for a business called Waterfall Kennels. And the results? Well, they're pretty mind-blowing.
So let me set the scene for you. Waterfall Kennels. They've been in business for 67 years. 67, a true local institution. You'd think they'd be number one for everything. But online, total ghost. They were buried under more than 20 of their local competitors. Especially for those super important near-May searches, they just didn't exist. So what did we do? We rolled out over 80 of these super lightweight answer pages. Each one was laser-focused on one specific question someone might have. And the result? Get this. In just 7 days, 1 week, they went from totally buried to the #1 ranking for their most valuable local searches. 7 days.
I mean, this chart says it all, doesn't it? You can see the average rank for their competitors. You see where Waterfall Kennels was before, way down at the bottom. And then look at that afterbar. This wasn't just a little bump. This was a night and day transformation of their visibility online. A total game changer.
And you might be thinking, okay, but was it just a lucky fluke, a temporary spike? Nope. They've held that #1 spot for more than 4 months now, and it's still going strong. That proves this isn't a gimmick. It's a stable, long-term strategy that just works.
Okay, so let's zoom out a bit. Why should you care about this beyond just a cool case study? Because this isn't just some clever trick that works today. This strategy is completely future-proof because it's built for where search is headed tomorrow. Just look at how perfectly this all lines up. The strengths of this approach, like being under that 2 MB limit, guarantee you get indexed. And the precision of having 1 page per answer is a perfect match for AI. And then look at the opportunities. This is tailor-made for voice search, when you ask Alexa or Siri a question. And it's the perfect fuel for those AI overviews that Google is rolling out everywhere. You're giving the AI exactly what it needs in the format it wants.
So, if you remember one thing, let it be this. This strategy isn't about trying to climb a list of rankings anymore. That's old thinking. This is about becoming the source of the answer itself. You're not just a link on Google's page. Your business becomes the trusted authority that Google's own AI relies on. You become the answer. And that really just leaves one final critical question for you to think about. I want you to take a hard look at your own website, your own online presence. Is it built for yesterday's searcher who likes to browse around, or is it built for tomorrow's AI, which is already looking for fast, direct answers? The choice is yours.